Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Monday morning. It's the 5th day of May, 2025, and this is the morning briefing. As I look out the window of the home weather office today, blue sky, it's a good-looking day. There are some areas where it's rather windy this morning, and it will be a rather breezy day in the valley. But here at the home weather office, kind of protected from the north wind, the offshore wind. So yeah, here it's a beautiful morning, and I'm sure that for many of you, your results may vary. So some areas are more protected from a north wind, and some areas get more of it, especially the west side of the valley. Otherwise, what we're going to be talking about is pretty nice weather this week, but a warming trend. Actually, we may even see some of the warmest weather we've seen so far this year. Nothing too extreme, but we are going to see a little rise in our temperatures as we go through this week, and I'll show you how long the warmer weather will stick around. But let's start off with a really cool satellite this morning. We have clear skies. You'll notice what is missing. You'll notice that there isn't any marine layer out here. Well, that's a result of the north flow we have. Look at these few little wispy clouds here up, looks like it's up toward Paradise. Notice these clouds and notice the direction they're coming. Well, that's that north wind. So the wind is coming in this direction, and it really clears out the valley. The visibility is amazing in the valley today. We still have clouds on the east side of the Sierra, down 395. The clouds also moving in this direction, kind of banking up against the east side of the Sierra. Yesterday, we saw thunderstorms along the crest of the Sierra and down onto the west slope. But I don't think we'll see much of that activity during the day today. If we do, I think it'll be a little bit farther south. And we will see these gusty winds today that will gradually be diminishing. I'll show you more on that in just a second. Yesterday, really nice day. This is the climate report out of Executive Airport yesterday. I hit 81 after a cool morning of 47, so nice recovery. But you'll notice records now, upper 90s. The record for yesterday was 98, and the average is 77. So 81 right now is still within that few degrees of average. So yeah, yesterday turned out to be a warm day, but the next few days will actually get warmer. And then for today, the record high for today is 96. And while we will warm up this week, we will not be seeing anything quite that warm. This doesn't look like it right now. Kind of windy this morning, and this is the way the HRRR shows it. Other models also show this north wind that is strongest on the west side of the valley. And as I scroll over that, you'll see these winds gusting into the maybe mid-40s. But there are a lot of areas like Placerville and Jackson and Sutter Creek and Tuolumne County, Sonora, Twain Harte, all those sorts of places really won't be seeing much of that wind. It really is that wind that comes down and goes through the Feather River, for instance, and Jarboe Gap and Paradise get a lot of that wind, but not so much in other areas. And then once we get into this afternoon, this is around, I'll go to 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, it is still breezy, but we will not be seeing the same sort of wind gusts. So yeah, winds gusting now into the 20s, so still breezy, but the strongest winds are this morning. It's just that gradually, hour by hour, the winds gradually back off. Then once we get into the day tomorrow, well, we have light north winds. And actually, tomorrow's going to be a pretty nice day with light winds, and actually the winds turn onshore later in the day, almost a bit of a delta breeze pattern. All right, so that's the short term. Let's talk about the long term and what it is we can expect this week. Here is the flow at 500 millibars, or roughly 18,000 feet. And as you can see, there is offshore flow here. You can see those wind barbs here, a deep low here, another deep low in the middle part of the country, or actually the eastern part of the country. And as that low moves out, our wind gradient decreases, and instead we get this ridging pattern moving in, which will allow temperatures to warm through the middle and end of this week. Little system goes by to the north and doesn't do much for us. This is getting into Friday and the weekend, some pretty warm days. This is the days we'll see likely over 90, but beyond that, another trough comes our way early next week to bring temperatures back down. So let me show you more on that here with the 5,000 foot temperatures. You can see here, this is our 850 millibar chart showing temperatures. And first off, you can see the wind arrows. There's that offshore flow. And here our 5,000-foot temperatures up and down the valley are right around 59 to 60 degrees, nice and warm. As we go to 5 o'clock tomorrow, the gradient has decreased and the temperatures stay about the same. So we'll likely see another warm day with temperatures into the 80s. On Wednesday, a bit of an onshore flow. I think we'll see temperatures likely kind of level off here. But it really is, let's skip ahead to Friday afternoon. This is Friday afternoon, and now we have temperatures that are in the mid-60s, even upper 60s at 5,000 feet, and that will likely translate into valley temperatures that'll be in the 90 to 92 range. And this is Saturday, probably about the same thing, if not a little bit lower, but watch this cooler air back here, that on Sunday, that cooler air comes in. So Sunday will be a cooler day, more of an onshore breeze, and the 5,000-foot temperatures go back down to around 50. So what we're talking about this week are some warmer days, certainly dry throughout the week. For those of you that work outdoors and want to get things done, no concern about any rain this week. We'll see if there are any showers next week as that trough goes by, but that's too far away to really get into at this point. But the rest of this week, dry, warm, but nothing record-setting, nothing too unusual, just going to sprinkle in a couple of days in the 90s, and then we'll see temperatures drop again as we get into Sunday and beyond. So all in all, a pretty good week, but just kind of getting the taste of the season. Now that we're into the month of May, usually maybe by the end of this month, we start seeing some daytime highs around 100. So yeah, we just kind of gradually get used to the warmer weather with maybe a couple of daytime highs at or above 90 later on this week. That's everything I've got for you on this Monday morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.